Breathing me into the light, slowly heal the darkness in my heart. I hear you now, taste what is all I needed. Feel your love, loud and clear to the end. It's you and me, I'll follow you to the end. I'll follow you to the
Hi guys, this is Crossy and welcome to Eclipse Gaming TV, also hosted very kindly on the Blackout Gaming UK channel. And we are watching the Blackout Gaming team in action against Skinny Legs. This is in the ESEA United Kingdom Open. And these two teams have been on a bit of an undefeated run. Skinny Legs, I think it's 10 or 11 games they've gone undefeated in all competitions. Blackout Gaming on a 5-game run and sitting third in the ladder so far. So we'll see how they get on in this contest. It should be a bit of a battle. We're seeing Blackout rolling over a few teams in this competition. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to witness them in action as yet. So it's going to be first time seeing them out. But I've played with a couple of these guys on matchmaking, etc. And they are pretty sick. So, you know, expecting a bit of a performance. And, you know, you put the hours in and you think, yeah, okay, I'm not too bad, I'm all right. And then you see someone that is playing at a much higher level and you realise just how far off the pace you really are. So humbling experience hanging around with these guys. But you know, it's been entertaining, and we're going to see them squaring off on CT side. Let's see what kind of performance we've got from them. Already action over towards B, and Merlin Dima with the opening frag. Reg manages to get onto the site for Skinny Legs and does get one, make that two. Oh no, that's Mad too strong with the frag instead over towards Water. Bomb planted on the B site. Tough retake. 2 players left alive for Blackout. Got Close and Nate. Both walking in, 1 up, 1 down. So Close Gary popping that window, gets the shot on Reg. Good pistol control. And it's an opportunity now for Nate to step out if he wants to. And Shambo, though, he's on point, as is Cameron. So Skinny Legs take the opening round here on Overpass. Overpass, not one of my personal favourite maps to play, I'm not going to lie. And you know, I'll be completely upfront with you guys now. My favourite maps tend to be the ones that I get the most frags on, and you know, playing CT side on Overpass, especially when you're dealing with randoms, is a very frustrating situation to find yourself in. It's so easy for the A players to want to get aggressive up on long, up into the garden, and then you only need one of them to get taken out, and the A site is well and truly open for them to at least get onto the site. Whether they can hold it down and hold up the retakes, that's another matter. But as we'll no doubt see as this match rolls on, it's quite difficult to retake that A site when you're coming in with the use of utility, smokes, choke points, etc. Close coming up pretty huge with a couple of frags. That's 2 to his name already, and they're going for the retake on the force here with Deegs in hand. You know, interesting how the meta works out that way, but you know, often teams are tempted to go for the force, thinking that the weapons they go for, they're not going to be weak as such compared to what the winning team will have gone for. The only difference is things like armor, utility, etc. And Broder gets a frag as he takes down Reg, tries to push into the bank, leaving one man standing. It's Cameron. Risky play going for the second round AK here. Not something that I really recommend going for, but he has, and with the numbers not in his favour, he's probably going to end up gifting this AK to Blackout Gaming as long as they play this smartly. Bomb down in the toilets area. Smelly Shoe holding the angle. Going to wait for the bomb to be picked up. I'm sure he won't challenge. He does get caught in the end anyway by Cameron, but he's given away his position. They know he's got the bomb. 15 seconds left to play. Next thing for Blackout, make sure you don't go in one at a time. And Cameron, he's forced off. He does try and go for the frag. And Sagushi Jesus comes in from behind with a nice little assist from Nate. Grabs the AK. And it is 1-1 in pretty quick succession. So that AK is going to help matters. No plant came in the end for Skinny Legs, so they've not bolstered their coffers with another 800 bucks each. Spain's the Tech 9s, 1 dig. Tech 9, situational weapon. If you're going to go for the armor and charge, then it's useful. Aside from that, fairly limited weapon. You know, you see so often that players will go for a Tech 9 and then they'll sit back and try and ping headshots, and it's like, no. You've just got to run at them. That's the only way to go. Reg with the opening pick, taking down Sagushi with the AK. I'm sure Blackout might be tempted to go and try and retrieve that at some point. Same thing for Skinny Legs. Will they want to try and get hold of that weapon? Well, yeah, they will if they can, but Don't want to give away that one-man advantage by charging in aimlessly for the weapon. You kind of defend it with your life, actually, on CT side. Or you potentially could. Smelly Shoe gets one in the water. Skinny Legs a little guilty of going one at a time. Broder on the spray down from Graffiti. Takes down Reg as he comes in. And Merlin Dima again with an entry into the site. 3v2 though in favour of Blackout. Cameron again with the AK. Crisp rifle control as he finds Nate up in the window close and drops the bomber from Graffiti. Two players both from Graffiti, so this is potentially a little risky, but Cameron's got no utility, so he's got to be on point. Gets one. Broder with the trade. Works well. A little bit of a bait. And it's a bit risky, you know, you end up in that situation and you fail the shot on the trade and get taken out and lose the round, then you will not be one of your teammates' biggest fans, or you won't have big fans from your teammates. But they get away with it in this time, so 2-1. We've got a match pause coming in. Not sure how long this is going to be, so we'll wait this one out and see. Also, guys, let me know in the comments section about how the stream performance is. I did some action for the Blackout weekly tournament on Monday, and I'm running about 5 times the bit rate from what I was then, so maybe I haven't quite struck the balance. If there's an issue, then please let me know, either in the Twitch chat or on Discord, if that's where you're watching this game tonight, on the Blackout community Discord. Be good to get some feedback on how things are looking. That's a push coming in from Connector. Nate with a spray down. He's got 2. Chance for a third. Does most of the damage with 17 points of health left. Gets another at party. That's the ace. It's the ace for Nate, actually. That's going to help him out no end. And we're now going to see a few upgrades coming in from the CT side. Despite winning 3 on the spin, the finances are still not all that comfortable for him. You can see Nate, he's struggling with what he can pick up, sticking with the ump, and Sagushi, same, can't actually upgrade. So despite winning 3 on the spin, the finances actually favour Skinny Legs on the T side. They've got 1 AWP, 4 AKs. Decent amount of utility, would like more. See Blackout favouring the utility perhaps over upgrades. Couple of Molotovs, 3 in fact. Going to be favouring to slow down as much as they can. An opportune moment, we'll have a look at some of the tactics on CT side, some of the problems that you have to deal with on overpass. Broder on the boost, he's got one. Quite wisely dropping off of there. You can be a bit of a sitting duck, and Broder couldn't get himself back onto the site safely enough. Wasn't in a position to fire back either, so that is a trade. If anything, the trades will favour the Ts. I mean, you don't really want to lose out on either side, but you know, all things considered, I'd rather have a man down on the T side than I would on the CT. On CT side, you lose a man, you've got to either leave a gap somewhere on the map, or you've got to switch a player off so you've got a weaken a site. On T side, when you enter somewhere, even if you've only got 4 players, you're probably going in against 2 or 3 counter-terrorists. You've got that numbers advantage still to get in. Whether you can hold it off, that's a different story. But you know, at least to begin with, numbers are in your favour. Sagushi Jesus with the up, getting a couple of frags, make that 2 straight away. Smelly Shoe with 1 on the trades. Go catch that nade, and Kobe is getting channeled with that one. Nate fires in a nade of his own, and Merlin Dima trying to go huge. You know, very crisp with the AK in hand. This is chance for his 4K if he's able to find close up in the window. That smoke is going to make it fairly difficult. Close has got to get close quarters, and you see with the Tech 9, he's trying to look for the face. Difficult, needs to be charging and does get away with it. Maybe could have just gone full Wazda and ran at him, but picks it up nonetheless. And I like the way he played that. Realised straight away, as soon as that smoke went in, that even though he's got the AWP, he needs to get close quarters, or you know, the time is just going to tick away. So does exactly that. He's on point. I think that nade that went in did a small amount of damage, which helped as well. And Blackout win the first real buy versus buy, making it 4-1 in their favour. Riding on board with Close just for a minute. Seeing there's a potential long pick, but all the action is actually coming in the area of the playground, not committing just yet. Cameron up in party, so Blackout playing this fairly passive so far, and I don't have a problem with that. You see Close and Nate now both dropping back to the site. They're working as a unit, which is good. If you've got one player up here and then one player back on the site, then if this guy gets in trouble, this guy is in no position to help, and Close, nice with the opening pick. That is a good way to get things up and running. But yeah, if you are not together here, this player can't help out aside from maybe a hopeful flash over in this kind of direction, throw it up in the air on a prayer and hope it does some damage. Broder on the boost. Again, Blackout utilising the boost well on 2 occasions. Good map control, and you know, they're using it at a time where they're not going to get caught out. If you stick there, you'll probably get your head ripped off because it is a headshot. So if they connect, then helmet or not, they're probably going to pick up the win. Nate with a couple, make that 3. He's cleaning up round about the toilets area, and it is Blackout with a 5-1 lead so far. So looking strong. Looking to continue this run. Already 12 wins in the United Kingdom Open ladder. Going with single AWP. Nate going to get aggressive and face. Close going to be doing the same thing. But as long as these guys, it's kind of like an offside trap. As long as these guys are sticking at the same kind of level, we're okay. Mad too strong with 1. And Reg following up on his teammates' good work, and they've barreled themselves into the site. Tech 9s run at people with some armor, and it can pan out pretty well for you. So they've got a couple of M4s out of this. Close and Nate, the 2 players over towards A. Maybe tempted to go for a retake. It is possible. Close up in the window with the AWP. Will he be able to find anyone? Probably not. Nate, though, he pushes in. Maybe this is his time for Close to get in. Close, pardon the pun, no. 2 versus 2 then. Nate's on his way in. Close has got the number on 1, but can't find Reg. Might have been able to flick up, but difficult situation. I think if Close were to jump off the balcony, get into water a little bit quicker and moved alongside Nate, then the result of that could have been different. But you know, all things considered, it was a good effort considering 4v2. Did a bit of economic damage. And you can see that Skinny Legs, their money, it's a bit all over the shop. 3 players have got no cash at all. 2 that would be able to throw in a drop, even if they get reset here. It's a bit of a money game. If you lose a number of rounds on the spin, then you do rack up loss bonus. You get more and more cash to try and bring things home. Nate gets 1 pick, goes for the 2nd player. He's got information that there is at least 1 more over towards long, but a nice way to get things rolling. And he's got the bomb, so he can just stick on that. Manages to get Reg. I don't know what happened with the hitboxes. It seemed like he was, at least on my screen, some way behind, but he picks up the frag, and that's the all-important thing. Couple of those weapons down. Rebuy's needed, and Nate with the 3rd on Cameron got boosted up onto the flower bed, and you know, Nate did get hammered down to 71 points of health, but nowhere near enough. And Blackout, they're on the hunt now. They are pushing through, or were thinking about pushing through at least. And Shambo, he's now pushed up into garden. Nate with 4 frags in this round. He's got the number on the 5th as well, trying to spam through the smoke. Mad too strong. He's managing to avoid that so far, and is walking through. He's got the bomb in hand. He wants a plant if he can. Needs to get a little bit of extra cash on the board. That smoke is not going to be a problem. He's walked past it, but Nate, he's picked up. I think that's his 2nd 5-man of the game, actually. He's sitting there on 15 and 5, leading the charge, raking up some extra money for his teammates if they need to switch weapons around, etc. And Nate, after that impressive 5k with the AWP, throws it straight back to Close and says, no, I'm going to go with a rifle, mate. Don't worry about it. Just showing you how it's done. A couple of Tech 9s, Deagles, a couple of AKs. So I think that will have bought the money pretty much even for Skinny Legs. They're on the reset, so maybe looking at do we force or do we save if they don't pick this one up. little bit of patient build-up. Merlin Dima walking into the short water area. Looks like that's the avenue they want to be pushing now. Reg, if anything, does want to open the door just to give the game away with the noise. So guys, just tweaking a few settings. And we missed the cleanup operation. Ideal. Just messing around with a few settings, guys. Apparently it's a bit jittery on the stream. Not dropping any frames now, which is a problem that I had earlier, but yeah, I think just need to dial things back a little bit. So again, give me an update on how that pans out. You're on board with Crossy on my own channel, Eclipse Gaming TV. Rare for this to get any use, and thanks for the host Blackout Gaming, as we are watching the Blackout Gaming team. New acquisition over the last month or so, and these guys have been lighting it up. Already performing pretty well as Nate. He gets one close with another as well. That AWP's going to get picked up by Merlin Dima, who seems to like making entry frags, but they haven't capitalised on that too much just yet, but still early stages. From my own personal experience, I wouldn't like to be getting this far behind T-side on Overpass, but we are at a higher level than what I normally play at, which is random matchmaking games for the most part, and face it, premiums that involve losing 16-2 half the time. I'm sure these guys are much more organised and will be able to lock down a CT setup, which is something I will get into the next proper break that we get. Slow period like this one. So up from Monster, the plant comes in. Smelly Shoe going to be throwing utility in from the water and peaking the angle. That fire's going to cause problems for Reg, who's got to get out of there. Got to get out of there. Doesn't get out of there. Smelly Shoe stealing the assist after Sagushi's fire did about 95% of the work, no exaggeration, and cleans up with another as the defuse comes in. Sagushi Jesus picks it up. Didn't get a kill out of that, but a perfectly placed Molotov did all of the hard work, and it is 8-2. So, just want to talk about this A setup again. I haven't seen any real examples that I can show you, but let's say that one player went down here, and one player went aggressive over here on long, and then he gets taken out. So this player all the way on the A site has to drop back to somewhere like bin or to bank to try and hold. And then the smoke is going to come in, so we're going to get smoke around about this area, smoke about this area, so no one can peek. And I say that, all the action is kicking off again here. Merlin Dima with a frag on Nate, who did trade out for one. And we might actually get to see an example firsthand. Nate gets aggressive, understandable with the number of frags he's got on the board, does get a trade, but as I referred to, you would rather lose a man on T side than you would on CT side. That trade favours Skinny Legs at this point. Broder has to drop back. And now let's watch the utility come in. So that smoke means that they can't get peaked for long. It gives Skinny Legs a chance from long to get all the way up and challenge at the site. Let's see what other utility they've got. There's still a couple of smokes. There is some fire that they can use as well, and close with the AWP. Close with the second frag with the AWP from truck. And Broder then, he's got one as well from the truck area. He's actually close to peaking long from the site. Very impressive, very brave as well. Reg, so he's down to 54 points of health. They will probably split out rather than go one at a time. He says as they both push out pretty much one at a time, they get the trade and it works. Skinny Legs didn't handle that as well as they could have. They had 2 smokes and they had Molotovs. So what they should have done is thrown the smokes round about to make sure that couldn't happen. So Close was able to sit behind the bin where he's protected, peek towards long, and he picked himself up 2-3 frags doing that. That shut down the rush before anything could happen. What they could have done at that stage was get a Molotov round about here. If you get the Molotov in, it pushes Close into bank. Smelly Shoe with the double spray down, and it is trades aplenty. I will get back to that point I was going to tell you about for about the last 5th rounds, I promise. And see what Cameron can do though. 2v1. Might have a play if Sagushi wants to push and get aggressive. Cameron not sure where he's looking. Got to peek both sides, and Sagushi does pick it up, and that was easy. So, where were we? You throw that Molotov, you throw Close into the bank. At this point, you then smoke off around about here, and then you smoke off around about here at bank as well, and then you get the plant on this side. From this point, you've then got players that are going to be trying to come in and rotate to bin. They can't, there's a smoke there. You've got, well, they could try and get into bank, but then there's an AWPer there who's already trying to peek out and can't. So you've either got to flash smoke, enter the site, where you've got whatever players left spread out here, here, crossfire into the site, making sure that can't happen, flashing you off if they've got any, etc, etc. It's a tough retake, but what they actually did was leave players on the site over towards truck, and then, as we talked about, Close, who got the 3K behind the site, gave them cover. They were close enough that they could challenge, but they could still use the cover to drop back and make sure that they weren't exposed out in the open while their teammates rotated in from B, and it ended up being a decent retake. So 10-2 then in favour of Blackout, looking very dominant. Reg coming in from connector. We've got a solo player on A. I'm guessing that's going to be Nate. No, it's Close actually. So he's going to throw a smoke off. You see, he's in a position on the site where he can be peeking. They want to push him away from that position. You don't want him to keep bobbing out from that box. That spot on the right where it's like half height, you can make a shot from there, but you can also just peek out, fire a shot like that, drop back in, and it's a tough shot. Especially if you've got a decent AWPer. Broder with a frag over on the other side. That's Leg Shambo trying to come in. Oh, Cameron with the AWP. So he was on point for that one. Nate gets one. Coming in from the bin. Cameron taking fire damage from a Molotov. And Nate, wow, he's not messing around. He steps out. He doesn't care. He's going to face. And he's got teammates coming in for company. Nate doesn't need it. First half 20 bomb. 21, 7 assists, and 8 deaths. That is very, very impressive, Nate. Come on. See, this is a sign. You get a lot of players over towards the A site that try and do what Nate is doing. Be a game changer. Get in their faces. Do as much damage as you can. Pick up a bunch of frags. But you get players that can't pull that off at all. And then they die. They open up the A site completely. It leaves a very difficult retake, and it makes Overpass look a heavily CT. Get it right. I've got a 50-50 choice. A very T-sided map. It's a sign that I feel I would feel much more confident playing Overpass in a well-drilled lineup like this Blackout Gaming lot. I feel like I could lock down a position much better here than when I've got teammates dying all around me and having to cover the gaps they leave. So a potential B approach coming in. Spamming through the wood, and that's a good bit of damage. Reg's taken down to 56 points of health. Broder, flash, doesn't matter. He takes 2. Gonna be a spray down. Smelly Shoe with 2. Good assist from Nate, who was spamming through the wood. It is possible to spam that spot, that wooden area. It's only a little patch, but you might as well hammer through. The impression you get that they're there, you either get utility flying in from there, or you might see or hear a boost. That's a good time for someone to spam the wood. in this time, or this occasion, they spammed from 2 different angles, and I think combined it did enough damage to get Reg down to 56 points of health, so that worked well. Last round, 12-2 in favour of Blackout Gaming, and at this rate it could be another dominant performance from them. Nate with the AWP in hand, got 5k with it close, he's got the chance for a spray down, he's got 2 of those. Broder comes in, bomb is dropped just outside of Cadector. Nate with the AWP picks up, that's his 23rd frag. Good halves exchanged, and it is 13-2 in favour of Blackout Gaming as we get ready for the second half to get underway. Just waiting for the second half to start. I've got one thing I need to try and tweak on my Twitch real quick. If you can't tell already, I don't use my Twitch channel anywhere near as much as I should. Probably need to start that grind to a subscribe button at some point. Okay, that should fix it. I think I had my stream in follower-only mode. It wasn't a deliberate and blatant attempt to get followers, I promise. And here we are and underway. So Blackout Gaming versus Skinny Legs. Second half underway. Blackout Gaming with a very dominant 13-2 showing on the CT side. Nate dropping 23 frags, including 2 aces, I believe it was. Neither of those aces coming from a straight out eco bash either. Blackout Gaming not going for a fast strat together, just spreading out for the time being. See if anyone on the CT side wants to go and get aggressive. Hint, hint, Skinny Legs, don't do it. Really not a recommended play to go pushing out. And Merlin Dima with the opening frag, though, for Skinny Legs. That's Sagushi Jesus going down over towards the other side of the map. Shambo on board with him at the moment. He's just dancing around the container on the A site. Good spot to hold from. Man too strong, gets taken down to 93 points of health. Broder finds Merlin Dima straight away on the site. That's opened up A if they want to go for it. Cameron, you see him on his bike along with his teammate over towards the B site. Shambo, oh, that's nice. That's nice. But so is Close, firing straight back. You see the smokes coming in. Now it's tough. Now the guy from Bank has to commit. He has to push out onto the site. And Man too strong again doing the same thing. Has to come out from the bin. They're drawing him out and they're playing for the time. Man too strong does get the frag on Close, but it's still a 2v2 situation. A win here with the score as it is would pretty much be game over, but Mad Too Strong, he's been on his pistol maps. He's learning that you keep your mouse where you are, you Wazda, and you do the job. He's got the one spotting shoot. Can he get the diffuser as well? Mad Too Strong comes off it. Has he got the time? He hasn't got a kit, but I think he's going to be okay. So well played in the end. A 3k from him. And that was close, but not quite close enough for Blackout Gaming. They've got to be buoyed by that, though. They've got the bomb plants, so they can go for a force. Maybe Tech 9 armor, maybe go for SMGs if they're feeling it. Couple of digs. See Shambo going for the M4 straight off the bat. Couple of M4s actually. Mad Too Strong as well going for it after his 3K in that last round. First round of the second half. Again, risky play. Not quite as risky as buying a second round AK, but not a million miles off it. Again, patient build-up. Smelly Shoe maybe looking for a crisp 1D to the dome. Flashback to the days of Source when you could get away with that on a regular basis. Wonder how many people there are playing CSGO that don't even know what Source is. Probably showing my age, it's like VHS. What's a VHS tape? What's a mini disc? Shambo takes Smelly Shoe with a deagle, and Nate trying to go from range with a Tech 9. That gun is not suited for what you're trying to do there, bro. Couple of players on Skinny Legs taken down close, able to find the head of Shambo. Reg though, he's got a couple with the MP9, cheap purchase at 12.50. My weapon of choice actually on CT side after winning the first round. Used to be the ump, but the ump has certainly changed in its performance. In a negative way, if you couldn't guess. FAMAS, if you can scrub to it, is actually quite a powerful option as well. I think if I've got the cash to hand, I'm half tempted to go FAMAS without armor, rather than MP9 and armor. All up already for Mad Too Strong. AK Force coming in from Blackout Gaming. Predictable. Already got a bomb plant, so that shouldn't be a surprise for Skinny Legs to see a full horde of AKs. That's why they've all gone for upgrades. Now, if you're thinking you're going to get pushed by Tech 9s or something, you might not want the AWP as Cameron. That's a good trade in the end. We talked about it. You'd rather lose a man on T side than you would on CT. That's exactly what's happened, and that is a good trade for Blackout Gaming. Nate trying to use that wood that was so effective in one of the latter rounds of the first half to his advantage, spamming through, but he's done no damage so far. Reg at the barrel. Good utility could make him, well, pretty much trap him in there, but there isn't enough utility on the Blackout Gaming side to work with. Shambo pushed all the way up, and actually this has worked well for him. If the B rush came in, he would have been miles away from anywhere he could have helped, but it turns out that's actually panned out pretty well for him. He gets one frag before dropping all the way back to A. Could have been greedy, could have stuck in there to pick up another couple, but I think quite wisely falls away. Sagushi Jesus is going for the pick, and again Shambo, he wants to get back to where his teammates are. Maybe he's been too slow. Sagushi takes him down as he tries to make his way back. 2 versus 2 in favour of nobody at this stage. But if the plant could come in, Broder, he does get the frag. That nade could take him out, but will he get the plant in time? Wow, and that was risky from Reg. He's taken down to 23 points of health. 27 in fact, sorry. Sagushi's falling out of there. Just going to go the long way around, back into Garden. They've got 2 angles that they can shoot from. In theory, this is another trade. If Reg is able to take down Broder on the site, then Sagushi is going to be right there to take him out. Difficult to get both of these angles, and he's covering this bomb. So this is going to be around for Blackout Gaming. There is no way that this should be falling away, and Sagushi is far enough away with enough damage on Reg that he could just step back and use the spray. Didn't have to be too accurate, only needed 1 hit, which he got, and it is going to be 14-4. This isn't working well, this map thing. The action kicks off far too quickly, but what pretty much happened is Sagushi was able to take out Shambo as he's trying to make his way back round about this area. He wanted to get back into the site so he could hold the angles with a couple of his teammates that were already there. But he was caught out of position and couldn't get there. It left him light on the site. Broder going for the second frag. This is going to bring it to the all-important 15 rounds. It's going to guarantee overtime as absolute worst-case scenario. Kobe coming in. Yeah, it is. Bit of a LeBron James, that one. 4v2 in favour of Blackout. Reg over towards the B site at Graffiti. Falling away, maybe thinking about, is this coming A? And both of them, yeah, they've both gone to A. Open plant for Blackout. If they want to commit to it. They're quite wisely taking their time, checking the angles, throwing their utility in, giving them the opportunity to get control of the site. But they will be able to get this plant unabated by the looks of things. And where are these guys going? They're pushed all the way through to mid. And there's only so many angles that you can come in from. And that spot is useful. Sagushi gets one before Cameron trades away. You know, the spot alone would have been enough, just calling that the push is coming in from the connector area. Nate on the reload. Wasn't expecting that push to come in for Cameron. He's not messing around. He doesn't care. He's going for this one regardless. He knows that if they don't pick this one up, they had no chance of getting themselves back into this game. And yeah, unfortunately, they are now in a real state as far as money goes. Blackout probably going to be doing the sums and realizing that an eco will come in. So we'll probably see them split, pick, maybe work as a unit. 5 AKs, no AWPs at this stage. Couldn't have actually got themselves an AWP unless they wanted to, I don't think. But there you go. His skinny legs there, walking into short. 4 of them there in water. Broder could get a potential spray down as long as he sits in. If he opens the door, he might be in trouble. Nate, though, with a frag and taking down Shambo. Reg going to try and get from behind a connector. And Broder, they managed to trade him out in the end. He's going to pick up a weapon. One player from Skinny Legs already disappeared. Maybe they know that this is all she wrote. Sagushi Jesus with a frag, taking down Cameron on the site. He played it the right way, I think. Had to be aggressive. Couldn't have fallen all the way back to bank. He would have just got smoked and mollied, etc. out of there. Smelly She gets mad too strong because he tries to come in from behind. Picks up his second of the round. GG. That's all she wrote. Unless Reg has got some heroics in him. Isolated to just the one angle. Can only come through the toilets. Caught by Sagushi Jesus, and that is a big GG for Blackout Gaming. Very impressive stuff once again, which is what I hear they've been delivering throughout. So, yeah, I was hoping for some more action tonight. Didn't quite happen, though, which is a shame. I think these guys are back in action again on Sunday in ESEA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but with any luck, someone from the Blackout community will be able to get a stream and have a little stab at commentating that one. But that is pretty much it from us for the time being. A very short game, which is a shame. I was hoping for a bit of a close one there, especially since Skinny Legs, sorry, not Crazy Legs, that's someone else. Been performing pretty well in the ladder so far. In fact, let's... can I make this work? Can I do this on the fly? I'm sure I had something like this set up for the last... What am I trying to do here? Just going to set up a new scene. Why not? So just quickly, I am going to bring this up, and then let's have a look at the league standings. So, it has updated. Has updated already. So, you can see that win puts Blackout Gaming 13-2-0. That's a 6-game win streak. And that brings them just one win behind Play for the RWS and Apathy Reborn in the Central Conference. Skinny Legs, they were here in 9th. They've now dropped down to 12th. Let's see what other matches the Blackout boys have got left coming up. So they have got one more game on the 31st, which is a Monday, and then on Sunday they've got this game against Austerity Esports, which is also on Overpass. After that performance, they've got to be feeling pretty happy with themselves, I would think. But yeah, that's been entertaining stuff. I would say keep it locked to the Eclipse Esports channel, which is this one. Drop it a follow. Also drop the Blackout Gaming channel a follow. I'm going to be doing as much as I can on that as possible. So yeah, it's going to be plenty of action for this team. And then you also get streams and a few other people that have a stab at commentating as well. You can also watch the stream on Monday nights for the Community Cup, which runs every Monday from about 8 o'clock, which can throw up some entertaining games and a stack ton of rage quits, which is always good. And then throw me a follow on Twitter at ncrossy12. Be good to hear from you. I am going to try to get a bit more active in terms of my own commentating, so that's the best place to keep abreast of what I'm doing. But yeah, nice quick finish for the Blackout boys. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will catch you next time.